But yeah, guys, we are also here on the Trackmania Formula League because that's what I'm casting today. Yeah, I'm also casting the Trackmania Formula League. So this will be very exciting and I'm interested to see that, how everything will develop here. Because we have a new map, Sandstorm Citadel, or Citadel. And this is the map that we're gonna see today. Let's firstly check how many players we have. We also have Timeattack playing here. Timeattack playing his first appearance. He was very hyped about that. So give a warm welcome to Timeattack in this first division. And I'm looking forward to see how he will perform. Unfortunately, I'm alone today because Citadel. Yeah, true. Citadel. It's like it's a church. Yeah, Citadel. Yeah, true. Because Citadelle in German. But it's a word that I actually used for the first time in my life. Yeah. But yeah, that's the map. So we have not a Citadel, we have Citadel. Citadel. So Adele. Anele. But yeah, that's the map that we're gonna see. Race number 5, no rain probability. No rain probability. But the Citadel is here. Maybe we're gonna see it, but hey, let's go through the players. Let's see how many players we have. We have 39 players. Muda, Fakey, Speedself, Koda, Suke, Cineon, then also Marcelella, Simply Nick, Golden Nugget, then Nico, Totti, Deska. Oh yeah, now everything is messed up again. Well, you can see the players here. I'm not gonna read them out now because everything is changing. Yeah, everything is changing here. But those are the players. We don't have Spam and Massa playing, unfortunately, due to Trackmania Grand League. But hey, it is what it is. I just hope that you all doing great. Yeah, as Eddie is right now on that first position. A great job from him. 53 seconds is the length of the lap. And then we have 52 laps that will be played at the live round. Dexter sets the fastest time, but then also Wolfsal with a good time here. Yeah, just behind that. But let's take a look here onto Wolfsal. Who is giving us maybe an overview over the map. So, very tech-heavy map, as you can see here, with a lot of turns, a lot of chicanes that you can hit or not on this map. Very cool style though, very, very nice map, I have to say that. So, Anto has made this one. Great to see that, and also the pit lane. I have not seen that one thus far. But of course, casting this one alone will be a bit more difficult, but I'm trying my best to do everything possible to give you guys the best overview over the players. Let me move that already there. And then camera management. Do we have any good cameras here? Just gonna check in a sec. But yeah, Wolfsal on a good time. He's actually on minus pace. So a fairly simple map, very flat. A lot of basic turns that you have on this one. So it reminds me of the map that we have seen yesterday in the map request session. Very simple map, but good scenery here. But it's just a normal tech. Let's see, where's the hairpin here? Okay, yeah, okay, that's the hairpin because we have this part here to the right where Zeb just went through and also Cineon. But also one here to the left where you can just get a lot of speed out of that. We have the forest. Okay, also a good overview here. If I just put that one away. Of course, the thing here is over that. Then the Corrider pit box is here. And then the Citadel is here. So, cool map. Very cool map. Very simple though, but I like it. So you just start in that Citadel, I think. Or like next to it. Next to the Citadel here, onto the left. So very modernized concept, but also great scenery in the stadium. And with the mood, it's very very fitting. You know, you have that Sandstorm vibe. But let's focus onto the players here, because Patrosa has set the fastest time now. He is leading. Dexter on second, Wolfsal on third, and then there's Darkbringer Eddie, and then also Nico with a great performance, and he is right now standing in the pit lane. And maybe Wolfsal will also... Oh my god, this pit entry is actually super short. This pit entry is very short, and also the pit stop itself comes very early on. So it seems that you will not lose that much time when pitting. So we might see some short stints just to get yourself the tires again. And I will see players like Patrosa and Wolsal performing fairly well here. So I'm going to quickly explain you the format from the Trackmania Formula League, because we have 10 races in each season and we're currently in that first division. It's also possible to promote and demote if you just collect many points or just not perform too well in those rounds. So if you maybe just don't attend or just don't get as many points as the others, then you can also demote from your division. Of course, you cannot promote from Division 1 because there's nothing more than that. But how it works, like every race has a free practice session with 20 minutes of free practice, where players are just discovering the map, get used to that, and then after the free practice we have the live race, starting with a qualifying, which is 2 laps that will be played after each other, and the fastest lap out of that counts. So you have 1 flying lap that will count, and that determines your position at the starting line. So the top 13 there is getting points. So not too many, I think 20 points for that first place, then 16, 13, and so on and so forth. But still, those are the first points that you can gather throughout this race day. After that, we have the actual race. We have to take care of your pits, or of your pit stops, or of your tires, and also your fuel. And it is played with 52 laps, and then the top players will receive the most amount of points and also the fastest lap. Right now Figure is leading the race with a 52.58, so great time by Figure here. So nice seeing that he is leading the race, or the free practice, because it's not really gaining anything. Makes that mistake there, so Figure not doing it too well. But what I think here with that pit entry, this pit entry looked fairly hard. That players will eventually get a speeding penalty. You know, you see it here, it's just this one small turn that Patrosa will go into just in 30 seconds. Just a small left turn before the starting block. It's a very, very close and very narrow pit entry that you have to nail. And then, of course, you don't want to lose too much time, but you also don't want to get a penalty. So it will be very interesting to see. You can also see Trilux on that 5th place. Then Scrappy on P4. Okay, there you can see it. Of course, now Patrosa is going for a fast lap. Also improves himself by 1,000 of a second. But still, that's the fastest lap. So let's go ahead and follow him. And also hello to Toby. Nice seeing him, man. He's 0.2 ahead. Great race from him thus far. This looks like a great round for Patrosa. Also not touching the wall there. Patrosa with a great line here. Into the second part of the track we go. He's 0.36 ahead. And Patrosa is on a very, very good run. Making 0.4 now. What a round from Patrosa here in that free practice session. Patrosa can just annihilate his time here, but makes that mistake. He was 0.5 ahead. And Patrosa unfortunately makes that mistake, and he will not improve his time because you just lose so much time if you make a mistake. And that's also one factor that I was also thinking about when seeing this map. This last turn, of course, being just a release turn. But also, if you make a mistake here, you will lose a lot of time. And I don't see a lot of players making mistakes here by just the track's behavior, how the track is behaving to you because it's flat. They make mistakes because they are pushing. And we will see very close fights here today, by the looks of it. A very, very cool map. And also Trilux here on P3. Great performance here from the German driver, who is also streaming his POV. So very nice performance from Trill. Yeah, 3rd position, only 0.2 away from Patrosa, who's leading. Danik B takes that 2nd place. Figure on 3rd, so we have actually a swap in the field. And yeah, it is Trilux who is doing a great race, or a great free practice thus far. Of course, the race still has to be played, but there are some players who haven't shown up. I mean, I don't see Marius. I don't see Shorty as well, by the looks of it. And I also don't see Massa and spam, but of course they are preparing for the Trackmania Grand League that is also taking place today. So that's the Super Sunday. We have Trackmania Formula League, we have Trackmania Grand League Challenger, and we have Trackmania Grand League. And I'm casting all of that. Like, Jesus Christ. Ah, yeah, true, it's hard to play with a dead PC. I completely forgot about that. Oh, mate. I completely forgot about that. I'm super sorry, mate. True. True. But a fairly close fight here. I mean, you can see Scrappy, who is on P10, is only 1 second behind. And then the others are like not even 0.1 away from him. Yeah? Not even 0.1 away. Berserker, Moppel, and also Scrappy. So close there. And also this pit stop here from Moppel. Greatly executed. Yeah, and he gets himself that pit entry kind of perfectly. I mean, was slowing down to 110, but you don't want to take it too risky there. SG, through that. And let's hydrate here. Cheers to you guys. Next week will be Formula 1 too. Yeah, I mean, I'm not watching Formula 1. So that is my luck, kind of. But hey. Or I mean, not luck, but because, I mean, if I was interested, it would be great. But I'm actually not. Yeah. So let's follow Dexter here in this round. I don't see the splits, unfortunately. But hey. He has gotten beaten by Wosal, who is 0.3 ahead of Dexter, so 51.60. But maybe Dexter can improve even in this lap, even though I don't see the splits. But he also wanna drift a bit more. And then here Dexter is getting a lot of speed over that part. Is he also going for that release turn at the ending? Oh my god, Dexter is risking so much here, but he has so much speed to work with. Dexter, the madman, going for that release turn. And is this enough to clock in the fastest time? It is not. It is not enough for Dexter here. Unfortunate stuff for the German driver, who's playing together, of course, with Shorty. But Shorty is not able to play today because his PC is broken. But I hope that you could actually find a proper model at the moment, Shorty. Okay, Patrose again with a great time here. Great minus 0.42 minus onto his PB. Will Patrose now get it? Very wide turn here also for him. Maybe even the proper race line to get as much speed as possible. That he lost a bit towards his PB, but still he's 0.3 ahead. Also here he has to release a bit. Was going a bit too much outside. And also here makes that mistake, so he is out of that one. He doesn't make anything in this one. Let's go with Figure. Figure, very risky driver though, it seems, in this free practice session. Maybe Figure can do something more safe, because every time I spectated him, he has made that mistake. Chris on P12, also good performance here from the UK driver. Then we have Belul, Berserker, Moppel, Shadenus, Yosh, Golden Nuggets. Then there's Sensei, Muda, and where is actually picking at a P26. So good opening for him in this his first appearance in that first division. Very happy about him, because he was always, yeah, not dreaming, but talking about that. Maybe next week I'm in Div 1, and now he is. So great to see that. Picking into also a fairly consistent driver. I'm not sure how fast he will be and how good his strategy is going to be in that one. As Figure drives the other way around, maybe that is faster, I don't know. Or was it even Figure? No, it was Fakey. Never mind. I think it was Fakey or Figure. I don't know. A great fight also between Peking and Dexter in this one. But Dexter just with a lot of speed. Let's actually go with him, because he seems to be on a good time. Yeah, Dexter 7-7-1. It is Fakey, not Figure. So let's see. Maybe he can get that first place. But of course, in the free practice, the first place, it doesn't really matter too much, as Dexter gets his turn also quite nicely here. And also here, you really want to get as much speed as possible out of this one. You can even maybe exit this other turn a bit more inside. I don't know. But Dexter can make something happen. Last turn is deciding it, and he does it really good here, but not that much speed, but it is still enough to improve his PB, but only 2.1 of a second. So Wolsa with a great time, and he is in the lead. Not sure if someone can actually snipe it away in those last seconds. Ah, okay, I see. But yeah, his whole PC is broken. Oh, it smells like food here, and I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Okay, but the free practice is over. We have Rosa winning it, then Dexter, Darkbringer, Scrappy, Patrose, Razorlight, Figure, Keith, Eddie, and then also Danik B. Very cool to see him in the top 10. Then Trilux behind, Chris also with a great performance, Moppel, Bearlul, Berserker, Josh, Golden Nugget, Shah Dennis, Siuk, and also Picking Enter getting that 20th position in his first appearance in the first division, 1.7 seconds behind Wosa. And no one, Big Vegas, or Big Vegas. No one, because they still have their spots. Maybe they have forfeit, but I think then no one will promote for them. I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, Scrappy is also not really focusing too much on that. Whew. So now the qualifying is starting. So qualifying, players have 5 minutes time to set the fastest lap, but they only have 2 laps to spare. So the flying lap counts, and the top 13 will receive already some points, and I'm looking forward to that. And the laps that will be played, or how many laps are played, will be 52 laps. So good luck to the players. And let's see who wins the qualifying. Yeah, as we're starting from the pit box here. But also Muda is playing. Also Muda is playing the Trackmania Formula League. So he is not the only one. Follow all cam, we see. Okay, I always use that to see who's starting a bit later. We see Chris, Sensei, Patrose, and Scrappy starting late, as well as Simply Nick. So they're all a bit later. Let's go with Figure actually in this one. Who has a good fight with Trilux and Moppel. So also good players who can potentially make it into the top 13. And Trilux not with the best turn here, but exits very outside though, inside, so he has a lot of speed to work with. So Figure right now on that roll here, and overtakes plenty of players. So great performance by the German player, but makes that mistake here, so he is backing off. Okay, great to know. Good decision making from him as well. As we see Volsal, Bearlul, and then also Chris now starting his race. Or maybe he just wants to keep up with the pace from the others. I don't know. Also Patrose a bit late. So Volsal is the first one to cross the finish line here by the looks of it. He is leading, and he has set the fastest time. Okay. Gets a good line. Bearlul is behind. Then still Muda, but he is getting overtaken by Dexter. And then also Trilux with a good race. So look how many players are here. Chris, of course, still has to go for one more lap. Muda with a mistake, though. That is very unfortunate for Muda here. But also Dexter with a great line. I mean, he was on P4, but making that mistake as well. Dexter is falling apart as well in this qualifying. Is Trilux gonna snipe a good position here? No, he makes that mistake in the last corner. Trilux with a mistake and only with a 7th position. This will not be enough. Heave actually getting that fastest lap. Wolfson has also made a mistake. So who's still on the racetrack? We have Lars, who's going into the finish here, but into the 2nd lap. And he can maybe do something. Didn't get the best line. Who's still playing here? I think Patrose is still driving. And then also we have someone else, but Patrose not getting himself a good position. Scrappy also together finishing with Figure. Or is that only Figure? I don't know. But then, okay, it's just a display bug. So Lars, let's focus on Lars and also on Chris. We're the last two players who are on the track. Yeah, Chris will finish a bit earlier. He will finish now. Goes for a drift section in this one. And Chris will get himself a finish, but not sure what placement he was on. And Lars now the last player on that track. Chris actually with a P12 here. Okay. So we have Lars now finishing as well. What position will he get? Not into the top 20. So we have Heave winning this one here actually. Then Wosal on second, Razorlight on third. Another great performance from Razorlight. Eddie on fourth, Dennis or Shadenis on P5. Darkbringer, Belul, Berserker, Moppel, Yosh, Sensei, Chris and Suk. They're getting the first points. And look at that, Trilux was on a great run. He lost so much time at the ending. He could have definitely been in the top 30 here. But it wasn't enough for him. So a lot of mistakes have happened here. As you see, 52.38 from Heave is enough to win it. So plus 20 points and the pole position for the French player. Okay, 3 minutes of warm-up. And now, of course, the question is, how many pit stops will we have for a player? Of course, I've only seen one turn, or maybe 2 turns, where it's good to not drift. And that's probably the ending turn. And then also, I think this turn you can also do kind of no slide. And then also some other turns. You know, but I'm interested to see how the strategies are working out. Maybe it's a map with only one strategy, but maybe a player is just squeezing out the one or another lap. So 52 would mean that you do 11, 11 and then 10, 10, 10. That's probably the strategy. Or maybe the track is very draining when it comes to tires because you're drifting too much and you just go for very short stints. Maybe every 8 laps or something like that. But that, of course, would be interesting. But let's see how much tire and fuel consumption we have on that first lap. As I have not kept track of that, because casting alone is a hard thing to do. You know, especially in the Trackmania Formula League, when you have no co-commentator on your side. But hey, 1 minute 30 of warm-up left. And I'm gonna rest my voice for a sec. Because else I would not survive this day today. You know, so much talking. It would be not good. So 1 minute 10 left. And good luck to the players. I'm back. Just had to check my mobile phone for a sec because I just didn't take a look onto that today because it's just a very, very busy Sunday. Yeah. So sorry for that. As we are starting now with the actual race. So now, of course, pitting and everything like that will be interesting to see. And I'm looking forward to the race. My prediction to take it all today actually is Dexter, but I'm not sure how much he will push it or if he makes a mistake, but I'm just gonna go with Dexter. Good luck to all the players. I think Dexter is a comfortable pick, but also a player who, like Patrosa or Wosal, they look very strong. And of course we're gonna take a look onto the player who has won that qualifying, which is Heath. Yeah, Heath TM is on that winning position. So let's actually go with him in that first lap, because Wolsal and Razorlight are behind. Yeah, Wolsal already with a great line into the lead he goes. Wolsal already ahead and gets a really, really good one. So let's focus on how much tires and fuel, tire and fuel they will consume. But that is a very good start from Wolsal, but also Heath on that 6th position still. Eddie, Darkbringer, Josh, and Chris with a good start as well. Josh with a great turn. He wants to exit very far to the right. I mean, look at that. Darkbringer just has way more speed, and that's what I was to talk about here, because you just gradually gain time over this one. But still, not a major mistake has happened. I think this left-right combination can be very costly, but Heath does this turn super well, but the others have so much more speed. Wolsal still leading, 0.7 of a second, still ahead. But then let's go with the others. Josh, Darkbringer, Chris, and Heath are in the fight here, as well as Eddie, who is on a comfortable 2nd place at the moment. But also a great line from Josh here. Still holds him in that 2nd place, but Heath overtakes him. So if you take a look here, I mean, 88 liters, and we're gonna go into the next lap. I think that we can squeeze out more than just 10 laps, but we will see that 85% of tires going into that last turn, where you don't really consume that many tires. You know, you don't have as many drifts here as you have on other tracks. Then you have this long NASCAR turn here, so you don't really consume that many tires, or your tires that much when you do those last couple of turns. So Wolsal leading 1 second already ahead. Heath, then Darkbringer. Then we have Chris with a very good performance on 4th position. Figure also very nice to see him in the top 8 here, or top 7 rather, or even top 4 with a great overtake onto Shadenis and Chris. Then Josh, Danik B on P8, then Trilux on 9th position. I'll make it P10 because he has been overtaken by Eddie, who has dropped a bit behind. Then Scrappy and Mopple are fighting it out for P number 12. Then Dexter on P13, so my pick a bit behind, but still a fairly close race. So Dexter, who's on 13th place, only 3.6 seconds behind the leader. Then Deska, Razorlight, Suk, then Muda, Sensei, Sineon, and so on and so forth. Then Nico, Lars, Wall, Dorian Raid, Totti. So there you can see all the players. Berserker, picking, and Claudio. Patrosa actually only on P33 here. Yeah. Only 32 for Patrosa, so he had a really bad start into that. We're definitely going to look onto that, but of course only 7 seconds away from the German driver here. He is maybe has made a mistake or something, but that is not good for him. So Patrosa only on that 30th position, but he's coming in and overtaking plenty of players, even though he didn't get the best line over this one. Maybe a bit too much inside. But of course, look at those players ahead of him. It's a fairly close race between all of those players, but it's still Wolsal leading already 2 seconds at a 51.55 from Wolsal, but also Patrosa here, not with the fastest laps thus far. Only 52.40 now. The 3rd fastest lap from Patrosa, going into that 24th position, so he is catching up. And this is actually looking very nice for him, as he is coming closer to the others. Yeah, Patrosa on 22nd place, but there's now a huge gap between him and Sensei, 93, who is ahead of him. But let's go a little bit further ahead and see what has changed here. There's some gaps now between the players, but it's still Figure on P4. Danik B has caught up a bit. Scrappy. Then we have Chris overtaking Eddie in the meantime. So a lot of movement, a lot of activity in this race right now. Scrappy with a very wide turn. Look at the speed accumulated from Scrappy here. Great entering into lap number 6 from Scrappy, 98. Very, very good turn from him. The LuckersTurbo doing a great job of staying alive. Then there's Heath making a small mistake, falling down to P number 5. Make it P number 6 now. Scrappy overtaking him. But Wolsal leading 4 seconds ahead. 4 seconds ahead of Darkbringer. Man, what is that performance? Take it into account, guys. 4 seconds ahead for Wosal here. That is incredible. I mean, if we take a look, let's say, you know, it's the same gap that Trilux, who's on P16, has towards Figure, or Patrose, who's on P18, has to Figure. Wosal with a very, very good performance. A very nice performance from Wosal, 4.4 seconds ahead. So that just shows that he is one of the best players out there. Very good line here as well. Let's follow him for one round as we have Figure right now claiming that second place. Danik B on third, then Scrappy, Heave, Darkbringer, and Dexter. So Dexter also coming a bit closer, but look at that. Wosal is on another level, to be honest. He is a good driver, maybe even the best out here, but man oh man. And he's also so young, so he has improved so much. Yeah, 4.7 seconds ahead in just 7 laps. Wosal, that is, shoutouts to you, man. That is incredible. I mean, look at his average. He has an average of 51.83, while the fastest, the second fastest lap is a 51.72. Like, his delta is faster than Figure's fastest lap, who's right now on P number 4. Wow. What a performance from Wosal. Just huge shout out to him. That is a very, very good performance. Danik B on second, Figure falls a bit behind. But still a bit means just a couple of turns or a couple of misalignments. Not making that mistake, and I think that's also very important for the players to just not make mistakes, yeah? Trilux on P10. We have Muda on P number 14. Patrose going, struggling a bit here on this map. P16 for him right now. But looks like a very good map for Wosal. And we're coming into the proximity to see maybe the first set of pit stops. Yeah, 29% of tires, and we see Chris with the first penalty, and this is not good because with a penalty you have to wait 10 seconds before you can actually fuel and change your tires in the pit stop. So Wosal, lap number 9, and I think he will go for a pit stop now if I see Wosal correctly. So let's go into the POV here. I'm actually gonna put the pit stop graph. Just gonna move it down here like that, and then also the camera's management like this here. There we go. But yeah, what a great performance from Wosal, and he's still going for another lap. Okay, so who will go into the pit stop? That's the question. Who will go into that pit box? Yeah, we see a lot of players going for the pit stop. As you can see, Scrappy, Figure, Dexter, Heave, and Sensei getting that penalty. But there you can see all the players into the pit stop. Trilux also there. Lars, Siuk, Empty, Cloudjo, Eddie, Golden Nugget. But yeah, only one penalty here for the players. And there you can see the others still starting already. Sort of German cars here, as you might see. Schrass also going for that. But let's go ahead into the normal camera. And then Wosal still squeezing out one more lap. Will he go for another one? Because then he can go for just 4 pit stops. Yeah. Danik B, Patrose, Yosh, Muda, Razorlight, Berserker all didn't go for a pit stop. And yes, he will actually go for 11, 11, 10, 10. So Wosal will go for that strategy. And he is, yeah, well, feeling comfortable here. So Wosal with a grid strategy here. I would also probably pick that one, but he is going for the 4-way pit stop. It's incredible. Like, Wosal is very good on that low percentile of tires. You can see it's 7.7%, and he is racing against the time. Also Danik B, 6.7% of tires for him. So tires about to blow up. But of course we have the last part coming up here. And yeah, I'm gonna take a look onto Danik B just in a second here. 4.2%, 3.9. Is Danik B gonna blow here? That is not good. He should not slide. Okay, we have Wosal going into the pit lane now. Also Danik B is able to make it, but of course you have to take more conservative racing lines. 2.4%, slowing down now. Patrose as well, overtaking Danik B. A pit overtake here from Patrose. You know, he's very consistent on driving that, but 1.9% for Danik B. He's making a quick before that. Berserker still going for a lap. I'm not sure why, but that is not the right decision by the looks of it, as he will pit now. So we have two different strategies. Berserker losing a lot of time by going for not the pit stop in lap 11 or lap number 10 or even lap number 9 or whatever. So he will pit just now. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Interesting though, because Wosile lost a lot of time with pitting super late. Yeah, Dexter is catching up, and now all of a sudden my clear favorite for this race is in the lead, because Wosile had to take more conservative race lines over those last 2 laps. Of course, Dexter has to put one more time, but Dexter has more pace than that. He has caught up probably like 6 seconds over that, and Dexter also now with a great time here. What will that be? A 51.535 for Dexter, setting a statement here, and overtakes Wosile in the meantime, half a second in the lead. So Dexter has maybe acclimatized to the map, and he is eventually leading the race. But of course he has to pit maybe once or twice more than Wosile. Scrappy on 3rd, then we have Moppel on P4, Heave on 5, then Darkbringer and Figure behind. But of course we cannot really tell who wins the race just by that, because we just have the first set of pit stops being done. As you can see here, Wosile with a lap 11 pit stop, then also Patrose doing that, and the others all went for the lap 9 pit stop. Yeah, then they have to go for a short stint afterwards, but hey, maybe that's worth it, because now it is Wosile who has to go for one additional lap here. Yeah, he has to pit in lap number 22 and then go for a 10-lapper each time after that. So maybe Dexter has the better strategy, and then again, it maybe shows that sheer pace is more important than just being able to squeeze out as many laps as possible from that. But yeah, Dexter and Wosile 1st and 2nd. Then we have Scrappy on P number 3. Darkbringer, Moppel also with a great race. Heath, Figure, Trilux also on P number 8. Patrose, Suk, then Danik B on P11. After that conservative pitting that he did together with Patrose, he lost like 2 to 3 seconds there even. Or maybe he has made another mistake. We don't know. Yeah, then Razorlight, Eddie, Yosh, Sensei, Amphi, then Muda, Lars, Claudio, and on P number 20 we have Shah Dennis. Behind him we have Chris. So those are the standings. 18 seconds between P19 and P1. So nothing set in stone, as Dexter is extending his lead, and also Wosile has made a mistake by the looks of it, and Scrappy has overtaken him there. So Scrappy up to P number 2, and Wosile has lost a little bit of speed with that, but of course the others have to stint one more time than Wosile, and the question is, will this add up, because the pit lane is not really that long, you know, you don't really gain time throughout that by just saying, okay, I'm just pitting one less time. But hey, we're gonna see. Maybe Wosile will clutch it out here, because he has to drive a little bit more conservatively, but also Scrappy here with a better line, and he goes into that 2nd place and even extends it again. So great job from Scrappy. Yeah, Dexter still leading 1 second ahead of Scrappy, and Wosile on 3rd. Darkbringer and Heath a bit further behind, and then also Figure on a good 6th place here. Yeah, and also we see the first tire failure here. Sap, lap 15, dead. So maybe he was, not sure what happened there. Lap 15, very unusual, because usually maybe he didn't pit at all, or maybe he just went for 2 with 3 pit stops. I don't know. But even that should not work out. But this turn is so important, because you just get so much speed over that long passage. And Dexter is leading. Scrappy 1.7 seconds behind. Maybe they have made a mistake. I don't know. But Scrappy and Wosile on P2 and 3. How long is the pit stop? We can check though. We can check that. Just, but I think like 15 to 20 seconds. But of course you just have to slow down and stuff like that. Less pit stops mean that every individual stop is longer. True that. And usually players like Wosal, Scrappy, and also the players who have pit on lap number 9 that you can see here have only pitted for the tires, kind of. And they still have more fuel in the tank. Because if you are below 30% of tire, also if your tires are worn off more than just below 30%, your car is behaving differently. And that of course means that you didn't use as much fuel as the others. So Dexter will probably pit in this lap because his tires are below 20% if he goes into the pit lane. So Dexter will pit now. What a random question though. What happened to the girl you dated a couple of months ago? She's history. Yeah, if your tires are at 0, you will knock down. But yeah, Dexter already preparing for the pit stop. Wosal actually overtaking him here. Dexter has probably made a mistake. And yeah. Wosal down. And Dexter almost with a penalty. How didn't Dexter get a penalty there? Oh my god, Dexter, what are you doing, bro? Holy shit, Figure with a penalty. Oh my god, bro. What was that, Dexter? Dexter playing with fire here. Going for 91 liters, but of course he had more in the tank. And now Wosal is leading. Of course he is. Yeah. Patrosa 10 seconds behind Wosal, leading the race. But I'm interested to see how this race will work out. Like, that was way too close from Dexter there. Way too close. So there you can see now the 11 lappers are leading the race. Then the 9 lapper strat are behind. So Scrappy, Darkbringer, Heave, Figure will fall behind because he has gotten a speeding penalty. And yeah, Wosal still leading the round. Patrosa 11 seconds behind, so he's not really feeling the race too much here. Let's see the time here from Patrosa. I couldn't see it, but he has a delta. Oh, never mind. He had a 2.61. Okay. And his average is a 52.7. So kind of more consistent now for him. Is that a new Mega Moin? I think so, right? So Wosal is still leading, but he has to pit on lap 22. Let's just go ahead and follow him and see how his car behaves and how much he loses towards his PB, because 20% of tires left. Actually, he's gonna pit now? Okay. Wosal a 9-lapper pit. Not really understanding that though. Not really understanding that pit stop here right now. I thought that he will maybe go for 1 more or 2 more laps. But hey. With that, Patrosa now leading. And Patrosa now going for that strat as well as Danik B. So Patrosa with a change. And let's see how much the others will catch up. Dexter also now into the next lap. And Dexter back into the lead. Yeah, I mean, you lose kind of 20 to 25 seconds on that pit stop. Yeah. So Dexter back into the lead again. And Wosal 0.7 away. Yeah. Maybe Wosal now going for the same strategy. Again, not sure what is going on in his mind right now. I have no idea. But Dexter on 6th. But the others, of course, have no tires and no fuel left in their tank. And they are going for that pit on lap 22. And then they will go for a 10-lap stint afterwards. Okay, so Patrosa will go for the stint in this lap, as well as Danik B and Muda, then as well as Yosh, and yeah, Wosal has just changed his strategy. So he is not going for that strat that the others are going for. Danik B, very safe into the pit lane again. Patrose also not getting a penalty, as well as Moda making it to the pit. Yosh as well, and Dexter, well, into the lead and into the fastest lap he goes. So fastest lap for Dexter at the moment. Great race thus far, also leading over Wolsal, who was 1.4 seconds behind. Scrappy on third, Heath with a great race on P4. Then Danik B, Moppel, then Berserker still wants to squeeze out some more laps here. Berserker, let me check here. Berserker went for lap 12 pit stops. Okay, 12, 12, and then what? 32, 40? Doesn't make sense though. I don't know. Let's see what Berserker is doing, but this strategy does not seem to work out that well. As we see Scrappy overtaking Dexter, and also Wolsal overtaking Dexter, who has made a mistake. So maybe Dexter was pushing it too much, but Dexter losing 3 seconds in exchange. So he's down to P number 3, and now we again have a race in our hands. Different strategies, but I mean now it's Wolsal who has a bit more fuel in the tank. But it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why did he stint at lap number 9? I just don't understand that. I don't see what Wolsal is doing. So Wolsal, of course, a very good race driver, but this strategy here may have, yeah, not cost him the race, but of course now he has to go for the same one as the others. I mean, he has 20% more of that, but of course, still, will he close it out now with sheer pace? Or maybe he thought, okay, I'm losing too much there, and then I just want to battle the others. This could be also the face or the fact for Wolsal, that he was like, okay, I lost too much to Dexter, who was catching up tremendously in when I was going for the safe laps, when he didn't have as much tire consumption or as much tires as the others. Maybe he went for that, I don't know. But we're gonna find out what he is doing though. Because right now he's leading the race out of Dexter and Scrappy. Then Darkbringer, Heath, Moppel, Figure, still after that penalty on P number 7. Trilux on a great 8th position. Then Patrose, Sensei also has gotten a penalty on P10. Then Suk, Eddie, Yosh, Danik B falling behind. But of course one last stint for him. Then Muda, Chris, Lars on P17. Then Claudio, Razorlight, Belul. And then we have the other players after that. Let's take a look onto them. This one here, we have Empathy, Shadenis, Deska, Fakey, Marceletta, Golden Nuggets, Dorian Raid, Picking Enter on P28, Wingo Bear, Nico, Wall, Simply Nick, Berserker, Sineon, then J-Sack, then Koda, Totti, Speed Self, The Shras, and also Seb, who has unfortunately died in this race because he has gotten tire failure. Big against the first appearance in that first division. Best lap at 52.85, and also here not looking too bad of making something happen at 53.9. Okay, that is a bit over his, actually almost his average, as you can see, 3 thousandths away. So driving rather consistent, but of course this division is something else halfway into the race, and he's on P25, so not looking too bad, but getting overtaken here by Dorian Raid, who is still holding strong and playing a great race here. So they are 47 seconds away, or make it almost, they're almost getting lapped here, as you can see. They're almost getting lapped by Wolsal, who's doing a great job on that first place. Dexter 2.6 seconds away, Scrappy a little bit further behind, only 2/10ths of a second. And then we have Darkbringer and T with a huge gap here, 7 seconds. So the top 3 looks to be set in stone, but maybe the other strategies can help the players. Maybe they can make something happen, as Darkbringer will go for the pit stop now. Lap number 27, we will see a lot of players who are going to the pit lane now, by the looks of it. Yes, there are plenty of players. Scrappy, Dexter, Darkbringer, Heath, Moppel, and so on and so forth, as Scrappy and Dexter are exiting at the same point. And it seems that Scrappy had the better pit stop. But look at that, Patrose losing 10 seconds here over that part. And also Danik B is closing into Scrappy and Dexter. But the question is that enough for them to stay ahead? Just one last pit stop for Danik B and also for Patrose, who is right now on second. Wolfside going for the pit stop now on lap 28. Okay, maybe he has something to add for. Then 37.46. That's a very short stint though. That's a very short stint then at the last one for him. I don't know. Not sure how this will work out for Wolfside. As Patrose is leading, you can see you lose roughly 20 seconds if you go into the pit stop. Yeah, and Patrose with that is leading the race. 49 liters. So maybe he can play a role with a different strategy here. He has 24, yeah, that's why, like, how much does he still need then? Then he's at 37, 46, and then, but you go for 3 laps. Ah, true, you can also do that. You could also do that, true though. I didn't think about that. I was at the 9-lapper strat. But actually that might be... That might be good though. I think Wosel has the fastest strat here, by the looks of it. But yeah, you're right with that. Okay, Patrose with a full bonk there. Losing out on a lot of time. 7 seconds lost for Patrose. And that's of course not what you want if you're in the race and you still don't feel that comfortable. So Patrose now on P3. But of course he still has to pit. Dexter Danik B behind. And then Wosal still leading the race as Dexter has made a terrible mistake by the looks of it. He is 7 seconds behind the race leader, which is still Wosal. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Dexter maybe risking a bit too much. But that's what I said beforehand as well. This map is very, very risk-based because it's so simple. And on simple maps, you tend to risk more. So Patrose and Scrappy on second and third. So the runner-ups here behind Wosal, who's just leading by 6 seconds. But still, if he makes a mistake, he will lose a lot of time on this rather speedy attack map. You're not really that slow. And with a penalty, your acceleration is also limited. So Dexter now overtaking Patrose, who is not feeling that comfortable on this map by the looks of it. And will probably go into the pit lane just in a sec. But Dexter with a great job of coming closer to the others. Or to Scrappy and Wosal. Yeah. Good turn here as well from both players, from both Scrappy and Dexter. They are very close by, and Dexter goes for the overtake. Has a bit more speed and will do it. This one player giving up here, unfortunately, in lap number 30. But those things can, of course, happen if you didn't unbind that. Scrappy with a release, and with that, Dexter right now is safe in that second place. Osa is still on first, and he's on a great time here. 0.25 ahead of his PB. So will he get the fastest lap here? It looks like that, but of course he still has to nail that ending part. He's 0.24 ahead of his PB. Great job from Wosal. Good release here as well. And he has it. Wosal with a very fast lap here. 52.23 from Wosal, being 0.2 ahead of Dexter. What a great time. And this is a statement. And of course Dexter not catching up to Wosal because of that. That is a sick lap indeed. Great job from Wosal. That is a very good lap. I mean, it's 0.2 ahead of Dexter, and then Moppel has the third fastest lap, the teammate of Patrose. Yeah. And then there's also Trilux, who's not having a bad lap either. 52.19. Fairly consistent driving, only the 16th fastest lap. But I think Trilux is just handling or just playing the consistency game here and just waiting until players are making that mistake. So great to see that from Trill. P number 9, very good performance at the moment. Figure also on P7. And Heath on P5 out of Moppel. Darkwing on P4. Also a good performance from the full suit player, who's also very, very strong on other styles. And Scrappy still behind Dexter, who is not really gaining time towards Volstyle. So it seems that they are taking the right or the same lines, yeah. And Volstyle will probably pit in 2 laps, so lap 36 by the looks of it. So that he pits at 44 and then goes into the ending. So this looks to be very strong from Volstyle. So he's the clear favorite, but maybe Dexter can capitalize from a mistake, or the others. We don't know. We don't know. So Danik B falling behind, but of course he has to go for 1 less pit than the others. As well as Patrose. Yeah, they have both pitted now. And they still have to do 1 more pit compared to Volstyle and Dexter, who still have to go for 2. And you just lose a lot of time by going into the pit lane. 20 seconds it is. I mean, it's not as much as beforehand, but still, it's time. It's valuable time, but of course the others are also taking different racing lines because they are just pitting later and the tires are worn off, and with that you can just drift out more frequent. So Volstyle in first. Still nothing really changing here in the race. Maybe the last couple of laps, but right now you can only take a look into the pit stop graph. As you see, Volstyle with that one, and then the others are just going for the 9-lap strat. Patrose with the long stretch, 11, 22, 32, and then 42 will be his last one. So maybe he can accelerate a bit more. As Danik B, Yosh, Muda, and Razorlight also going for that strategy, as well as Shadenis. And then the others going for the 9-lap strat. Volstyle has a hybrid of those. So 11, then 9, and then 8, 8. Which might be a bit faster, because then he is not really pitting just very shortly. Yeah, maybe Volstyle has just understood that the best, but it seems that Volstyle has the best strategy. And also, as I said, going for that pit in lap 36, as the others are still actually also Scrappy with a pit on 36. So maybe he's changing the strategy. Dexter in the pit lane as well, but of course, no, never mind. They are 9 laps, so they are going for that pit. Of course they're going for that. Darkwing and Moppel also in the pit lane, as well as Heave and Figure. Not too far away as well. And he will do so indeed. Not a penalty for him, great job. Patrose, also Sensei in the pit lane. Trilux in the pit lane. Eddie, Siuk. And then we have Danik B, who is still going strong. And there you can see it. Volstyle is still leading the race, as well as Scrappy and Dexter. So nothing has just changed for them because of that 1 less pit stop. Yeah. Patrose and Danik B. But they are not too far behind though. I mean, 1.5 seconds. And also Dexter now with a mistake. So Patrose back to P number 3. Okay, so this might be interesting. So maybe this long avoiding of stints can work out if you don't, if you're not that comfortable with the map. I don't know. Because Patrose's race was really weird thus far. His qualifying didn't work out, and then he made a lot of mistakes. He was already behind at the beginning. So Patrose now in that 3rd place, despite it wasn't really his race, by the looks of it though. Okay, Dexter on a faster lap again and coming a bit closer to Patrose though. But he should maybe just play it safe and try to aim for that 2nd or 3rd position. Volstyle is nowhere to be seen. He's 8 seconds ahead, and it seems that he has the best strategy here. The hybrid strategy works out just perfectly, and also his pit stops look fairly fast, but also Scrappy with a great performance here. Yeah, Scrappy on that 2nd place. Patrose getting overtaken by Dexter. And Danik B 5 seconds away. Darkbringer on P number 6, also a great race, as well as the race from Moppel. Muda also, I think, is one of the first appearances from Muda on that top 10. Yosh also with a great job. Heave on P10, then Razorlight, Deska, Shadenis, Figure on P14, Sensei, Brelul. Trilux falling tremendously behind here. Maybe he has made a mistake. Eddie, Suk, and then Nico getting the penalty here, so he will not be in the top 20 anymore. So lap 39, the last stint will come in a sec. It will be lap 42 for Patrose, Danik B, and also Wosa. No, not Wosa, pardon me. Muller and Yosh. And then we have 45 for Scrappy, Dexter, and also Darkbringer, Moppel, and so on. And then 44, sorry, for Wosa, like that. Okay, now I've understood. Who has won the first 4 steps? We had Wosa winning a race, as well as Patrose. And then also Massa, who has won this one race where I was not there. Was it? I'm missing one person. I think it was also Wosa winning it. Is he about to win his 3rd race? Maybe. Let's go with Patrose here, because he will stint in just one more lap. He will go into the pit stop. And right now he's on the 4th position. But it seems that those positions are the final ones. If, of course, no one is making that mistake or penalty is about to happen. That will, of course, be very, very painful for a player like Rosa getting that penalty in that final pit stop. Yeah, a penalty means that you have to stand 10 seconds in the pit lane before you can do something. So nothing will happen then. And Patrose on his last lap before the pit stop. And now 15 seconds behind the leader, behind Wosau. And then Scrappy and Dexter still on 2nd and 3rd. But Dexter again has made a mistake by the looks of it. And it is Patrose coming closer. So Dexter again lost 1 second there. Dexter lost 1 second with that. And Patrose is coming a bit closer. Yeah, maybe he can risk it a bit more in the last laps. But Dexter still has more fuel in the tank. Maybe he's also going for a earlier stint. I don't know what they're doing. We're gonna find out very soon, as Patrose will go into the pit stop now. Yeah, lap 42. And Dorian Ray with a speeding penalty here, losing 10 seconds as well. It's very important to slow down accordingly, as Rosa is going for another lap, and Patrose doing it really nicely here. Danik B also slowing down accordingly. Very, very safe. Yeah. And this is their last stint. Lap 42. Into lap 43 we go. Wolfside already there. And Scrappy and Dexter are again behind Darkbringer. Going for one more lap. Maybe just because he wants to risk a bit more in the last couple of laps. I don't know. Something like that. But I think that positions are set in stone. We just have to see where Patrose and also the others who have gone for the 11 strat, like Patrose, Danik B, and also Muda, Yosh, Razorlight will end up in. But it looks like that Wosal will take this race, and then Scrappy and Dexter in the top 3, but we don't know. Maybe someone else. How do you get a 10-second penalty if you're faster than 130 kilometers per hour in the pit lane? So you have to slow down accordingly before that. So Wosal will show that to you, how you slow down before the pit stop, or before the pit entry. Yeah, because he will go for the pit now on lap 44, his last pit. And he's doing that. You know, he's slowing down, and he's below 130 kilometers per hour. And he will not get a penalty. So that's not a speeding penalty for him. So Scrappy and Dexter now, of course. Also with a pit stop, actually. Okay. Darkbringer also with a pit stop here. Okay. Darkbringer with a good race thus far. But he has to stay in a bit longer to the pit lane. Because his fuel was so less. So Wosal only with 72 liters in the tank. Scrappy and Dexter as well. So we might have an interesting fight here for that second place. But Scrappy is 5 seconds ahead of Dexter. And we only have 7 more laps to go. Maybe a mistake can change all of that. And then Patrosa, of course, is on 5th place right now. So 8 seconds behind Dexter. And those are the positions we are facing, or that we have right now. Trulux still has to go for a pit stop. Danik B will overtake him with that. And also Figure, as well as Muda, who has already gone for his last pit stop. So Wosal, 8 seconds ahead. Very dominant race for him. It looked like that Dexter might have had it here. But Dexter also made so many mistakes, but also the strategy from Wosal just looked to be right. So he is doing a great job of finding the right mixture of risking and also, yeah, the best strat, you know, the fastest racing lines and the best strat. And I think the one for Wosal worked out the best to go for 11.988 and then into the finish. So Wosal had it the best by the looks of it. Scrappy is on 2nd, Dexter still on 3rd, but the gaps are, yeah, getting bigger though. Bigger and bigger gaps. As Patrosa is P4, so despite not having a good race, he can be happy with that if he of course stays there. Yeah. Yeah, nothing is really happening here. 6.4 seconds. And also Scrappy making that mistake though, so Dexter's chance to come closer. But hey, maybe this can be interesting. As Deck... Yeah, well, never mind. Never mind, boys. Okay. So, it is Dexter not coming closer here. And Wosal extending his lead because of those mistakes. So, 48 and laps being done. And yeah, like no major fights here. Maybe Moppel and Darkbringer. But I don't see someone in the top 10 really fighting it out. There are huge gaps between the players. But maybe we will have a surprise eventually, as every player has pit correctly or like properly for their occasion. No more penalties, and there are 4 more laps for Wosal to play: 49, 50, 51 and 52. And maybe he can set another fastest lap, as no one is even coming close to him. He's 0.2 ahead of Dexter. He's 0.2 ahead and already 8 seconds ahead of 2nd place, which is occupied by Scrappy. Dexter on 3rd, but Rosa still on 4th. So yeah, the strategies seem to work out. You know, the Wosal strategy, the hybrid of Scrappy's and Dexter's strategy, and then Patrosa, who had a terrible race, a terrible start into the race with a crash, and then also a huge loss here. But I think else he played not that bad, you know. So Patrosa on a good 4th position, he will probably be happy about that. And a very messy race is coming to an end for him. And Wosal, only 3 more laps, and then he can call himself the winner of this race, of race number 5 in the 3rd season. In all the race, only once though. Okay. And that was the crash that I was seeing, right? But yeah, Scrappy on second. And we have the last couple of laps that we're gonna follow Wosal. Wosal into the second last lap he goes, but he's not really losing time. Where's the battle that we can focus on here? Okay, Danik B, maybe against Darkwing, but there's also 1 second between them. And then too much is happening here in those spots also here. Maybe Sensei and Eddie, yeah, they are fighting it out. They are fighting out, as well as Trilux here, yeah? We can focus on that fight in a sec, yeah, if Wosal is passing that one. But that is a good battle to focus on here, actually. As Trilux is right now having the upper hand against Eddie. Eddie TM, a very good player. But Trilux has improved so much as well, as Wosal will go into the last lap here in just a second. Also lapping the top 16 player. So Wosal on a great race here. You can see Sensei and also Eddie ahead of him, as well as Trilux. And he will indeed go into the last lap here. So 9 seconds to spare with. Even a mistake can not really stop this guy. And Wosal is again on a minus sector here. Will he make it? Lap 52 for the Game Board player, and Wosal can win his next race here. And a very dominant performance. Good pit stop management, let's say like that. A very good mindset that he had there. Going for lap 11, then 20, and then 28. And so on and so forth. So that was great. If you take a look onto that again. So the 8-lapper stint is really showing off here. And it is Wosal winning the 5th race here. Great performance. Very nice seeing that. And he has only 1 more turn to go. 1 more left-hander. And Wosal takes it. GG's to him. Dominant performance after not that... after he was behind Scrappy and Dexter for just a split second. But then he was, coming back. Dexter getting number 3 behind Scrappy. Then Patrosa gets 4th, just ahead of his teammate, Moppel. Darkbringer on P6. Danik B. Then we have Figure. Heath actually behind him. Behind Figure here. But it is Figure who will get that 8th position. Yes, he will. Indeed. Heath on P9. Then Muda on P10. Yosh ahead of Trilux, who's on P11. And P12, I mean. And Sensei and Eddie behind, so the gap has really extended or has gotten bigger. And Eddie is taking it here, P15 for him, and as well for Dennis it's P15, like that. GG. Man, also Wosal with a perfect race here, 125 points, the fastest lap also goes into his pocket, so that's why he has those points. What a great one here. So great job here from Wosal, winning the race. Very anticlimactic actually. Scrappy on second, Dexter on third. We have Patrosa, Moppel, Darkbringer, Danik B, Figure, Heath, Muda, then Yosh, Trilux with a great performance as well. Sensei, Eddie, Shadenis, Suke, Deska, Chris, Fakey, Bearlul, then Razorlight, Cloudgel, Wingo Bear, Lars, Picking, and Marcelella, Simply Nick on P27, Emphy, Cineon, Dorian Raid, Wall, Nico, Golden Nugget, Berserker, Totti, Koda, the Shraz, Speed Self, and then Jesse. So Big Against also with a P25 here. Great to see that. Getting himself 26 points. So GG's to the players.